Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to this match preview for Tuesday night's League One fixture. It's Accrington Stanley versus Doncaster Rovers. Let's get the video started. Hi guys, welcome to this match preview, Accrington Stanley versus Doncaster Rovers in League One this Tuesday night. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you for subscribing and welcome back to the channel. If this video has brought you here, welcome. Please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future content. And if you are new to the channel, this is the format that we go through match previews. We'll look at the previous meetings between the two clubs, we'll look at the current form. I choose a Doncaster Rovers player to focus on, say a few words about that individual. We'll look at the opponent, in this case Accrington Stanley, a brief history and my opinion on the one to watch for you guys. As I've said in other previews, you know your club much better than what I do, so in the comments down below for players to watch and what you think the scoreline is going to be. And then at the very end there's a Predictions League table update. Me and the family predict the scoreline for every league game. I'll go into that just before the score prediction to finish the video off. So going into previous meetings, Accrington and Doncaster have faced off a total of 48 times in our history. This is including before Accrington Stanley folded and reformed a little later on. So I've included all of the fixtures that the two teams have faced, because since the reformation there's not been too many meetings between the two. So overall, Rovers have come out on top on 22 occasions, we've shared the spoils on 12 and Accrington have won 14 out of the 48. But if we look at the more recent fixtures, the last 5, Accrington, a little bit of a bogey team for the Rovers. We've not won one in our last 5. Going back to 2017, it was a home draw 2-2. And then the 18-19 season, Accrington did the double over us. A 1-0 defeat for us and a 2-1 defeat as well. And then in the 19-20 season, we only faced each other once before the curtailment of the season. And that was a draw at the Keepmoat Stadium 1-1. And then earlier this season, it was a 1-0 defeat at the Keepmoat Stadium. So hopefully we can turn this form around on Tuesday night and get another win, and that'd be 2 on the bounce for the Rovers. But as I say, Accrington, a bit of a bogey team for us, so it's going to be a very tough game, under no illusions on that one. On to current form, slightly better reading for the Rovers after a decent result on Saturday. 4 defeats and finally one win. It's been a horrid couple of weeks, maybe 6-7 weeks, where our form has just nosedived off a cliff. But have we turned a corner? I think we need to wait and see until the result comes through on Tuesday night, if we have turned that corner or not, or if it's just a flash in the pan. We will see, but great to get a win on Saturday. Accrington, on the other hand, 2 draws, 1 win and 2 defeats in the last 5, suffered a 3-1 defeat to Rochdale on Saturday. But Accrington look like a team that may already be on the holidays, already on the beach, playing in flip-flops, however you want to put it, because they're sitting safely in mid-table, solid mid-table, 13th position, and no danger of going down, but I think they're very unlikely to make a surge upwards either. So yeah, for me, a team that could potentially be on the beach already, and this may explain the inconsistent form that they're currently in, but as I said earlier, can't underestimate Accrington on Tuesday night. They've had a heavy defeat against Wimbledon, 5-1. As I say, the result on Saturday, 3-1 against Rochdale, who are struggling themselves. But in between those, or in and around those, they've also shown what they can do with a very good 2-1 away win at Oxford. So it just shows it depends what Accrington team comes out on the night. It also depends on how we approach the game as well. So hopefully don't underestimate them and do the job that we did on Shrewsbury. Against Shrewsbury on Saturday, and hopefully get another 3 points. But for me, Accrington, safe in League One, playing League One football next season, and you go again. On to the Rovers, a long awaited win has finally come, 2-0 at Shrewsbury, a very, very good performance. And the surprising thing before the game was seeing Andy Butler's name on the team sheet. I believe he's had enough of the uncommitted, incompetent performances that he's been seeing recently, and just decided to play himself from the start. If you want a job doing, do it yourself, simple as that. And it showed to be the correct decision with the first clean sheet in quite some time, and we looked solid at the back. The commitment was back throughout the team, performance levels were there as well. Taylor Richards performing, Okenabiri scoring again. Yeah, it's one of those seasons where there's a big question mark over it. What might have been, losing Ben Whiteman, losing Darren Moore, appointing Andy Butler as the manager. All ifs and buts. If we'd have got a more experienced manager in and Butler would have been in that back four, would we have shipped so many goals over the last couple of weeks? I don't know. If Butler was the manager and he'd kept playing himself, would we be in a much better position than what we are now? I don't know. But after that horrid run of form, I can't believe I'm still saying this, but there is still a slim chance of making the playoffs come the end of the season. 1 game in hand, 5 points adrift of the top 6. So if we win that game in hand, I believe it's against Blackpool, so that'll be a tough ask. We've got Peterborough twice as well coming up. But if you're a Donny fan, you know we never do things the easy way. So I'm not ruling anything out. And I've been caught about ruling things out before on this channel, so I'm not going to do that again. There's still a slim chance it's mathematically possible to make the top 6. And until it is impossible to get there, we can always hope and dream that that is going to be where we're going to be finishing at the end of the season. Moving on to player focus, I mentioned him, player/manager Andy Butler. As I say, absolute rock in the centre of defence, and I think losing him off of the field over the last couple of months has been a big contributing factor to our downturn in form. And it's shown by getting the clean sheet, getting the result, and seeing the Doncaster Rovers that we saw at the start of the season. And maybe this is kind of pointing down the road that he may not be the manager next season and he's going to continue playing. But it just shows that leadership, that experienced head on the field is potentially what we've been missing over the last couple of months. So I think we'll see him on the pitch continuing through to the end of the season, and hopefully our form will turn and we may just sneak into the top 6. But yeah, Andy Butler, I think he got the man of the match on Saturday as well, so that just shows how important he is in the centre of the defence. I've been a supporter of Andy Butler. I think he's had it tough with injuries and the players aren't his. I've said on the channel many a times that I was supporting him till the end of the season. I still am, and if he does get the job next year, I'm looking forward to him bringing more homegrown talent through and potentially building a squad that we can be proud to call our squad once again, and not focusing on bringing so many loans in. But it's one of those where we've just got to wait and see. But yeah, Andy Butler, player to watch for me, player focus this time round. Moving on to the opponent, Accrington Stanley. They were reformed in 1968. I mentioned about the reformation at the start of the video. Currently managed by John Coleman, who is the 4th longest serving manager in the EFL. In the comments down below, who is 3rd, 2nd and 1st? A little competition there for you. Let me know who you think 3rd, 2nd and 1st longest serving managers in the EFL are. I'll probably let you know at some point. Recent honours: Conference North winners in 2002-2003, Conference National winners in 2005 and 2006, and then League 2 winners in 2017-18. And for me, I think Accrington are at the level that they're comfortable at. We saw at the start of the season pushing towards the playoffs, but then kind of tailed off a little bit like we have on the second half of the season. I think League 1 is the standard for Accrington and potentially Donny at the minute with the budget. And I think a top 6 push is kind of where both of the clubs are at the minute. Moving on to the one to watch for you guys, I have gone with Dion Charles. Top scorer for Accrington Stanley, had a fantastic season. I believe it's 18 goals across all competitions and he has been banging them in. I'll be surprised to see him in an Accrington Stanley shirt next season. Potentially another League 1 team who's pushing for promotion may take a chance on him, or a lower end championship team. We will see. But yeah, I think if we've stopped the ball from going into him and limiting chances, Anderson, Butler, keeping tight on him, I think we've got a good chance of coming away with 3 points on Tuesday night. So Dion Charles, the one to watch for you guys. But as I said earlier on, you know your club better than what I do. So in the comments down below, let me know if there's any more players that we should be keeping our eye on Tuesday night. And moving on to the Predictions League table, if you are new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every league game this season. If we get the scoreline spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome, but not the result right, we get 1 point. And then if we get it completely incorrect, we get no points. I am now putting the family's predictions on my Twitter. If you haven't followed me yet, please do. The link is in the description down below. And they're up just before the start of each game. And if you are following me, you'll have seen that I predicted a defeat against Shrewsbury. So did my dad. Max went with a 1-1 draw. But Chris, he went with a 2-0 win. So change in the table. Max holding on to that top spot, but I think he will be looking over his shoulder, getting a little bit nervous because that space that he's kept for the trophy is getting smaller and smaller and smaller because we're catching him up. Especially Chris with those 3 points. He's been pulled up to second from bottom. He's now on 22 points, 2 points behind Max, and then me and my dad have fell down 1 place each, still on 21 points, so extremely tight. And hopefully I'm going to get this scoreline spot on and put the pressure on all of the family to get theirs right as well. And that takes me on to the score prediction. I think it's going to be a tough fixture. I think there's not an easy game in League One. Anybody can beat anybody. I'm hoping that the win on Saturday has given us the confidence that we need on this running. 6 games to go, 6 cup finals. Let's see if we can do it. It's the Donny way. It wouldn't surprise me if we did sneak in. I've kind of written us off for the playoffs and said that the season's done. But that win has given me renewed hope and an optimism, and that's what normally ruins us as Donny fans. But I'm going to remain positive after that result. I think with that commitment, with that effort level that we saw on Saturday, if we can take that into Tuesday, potentially, as I say, Accrington's season is kind of petering out. I'm hoping we hit that Accrington team and not one that wants to spoil our day, and we will see. So I'm going positive. I'm going with a 3-1 away win. We will see if that is spot on. I hope it is, because then playoffs is still well and truly on, and then it's down to 5 cup finals. We'll see. And that is where I'm going to leave this video. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Let me know your thoughts on this upcoming fixture. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.